The reason this meeting started was because last spring there was kind of, you could boil down the questions that people ask. They ranged kind of in 2 or 3 areas. One was, okay, I'm thinking about making some black baldie or red baldie females. How should I breed them? How should I manage them? And we kind of talked about that and thought that would be a great way to have a meeting this summer, provide a appreciation meal for you guys, but also maybe help answer some of those questions. And been a lot of interest in that. And then the other thing was, I'm used to reading Angus EPDs. How do I understand what you've got in your catalog? And so we wanted to answer those questions and try to help provide a better opportunity so you guys know what bull fits your program. So that's kind of the point of this. I wanted to thank you for your support in the past with the meal, but also provide an opportunity for this. So one other thing I might take a second and talk about is I go to a lot of meetings just like this, and tomorrow I'm going to go out to a meeting in Montezuma, and they're going to talk about the feed yard, they're going to talk about feed intake, and they're going to talk about end product. And I guess I want to point out that every segment of the cattle industry has a different set of profit drivers. So in other words, the cow-calf guy, fertility, calving ease, and longevity drive most of your profits. Tomorrow they're going to talk about a separate profit driver. They're going to talk about feed intake, carcass merit, and then you go to the restaurant and the consumer wants another one. And my point is, the consumer doesn't care about the profit driver of the previous segment. The feedlot tomorrow isn't going to care about fertility and calving ease. And so every segment, when it filters back down, has a different profit driver, and the one up above doesn't really care about the previous. So my point is, we are here to try to put the genetics in every one of these animals that we'll sell next spring, so that every opportunity of the livestock segment has the genetics to make a profit. So that's what we do, so that we can work with every segment. And I just, every time I go to one of these meetings, I think, well, but the next guy has a different set of profits, and sometimes they're antagonistic. So when you go to these meetings, keep in mind what makes you money, but also your customer, because ultimately, I mean, we're in the beef business. We just happen to be in the Hereford cattle. So I think there's a great opportunity, and I hope everybody can kind of understand that. So to answer the questions that I feel you guys ask, or the general people, we've invited Dr. Bob Weber from K-State to address the heterosis, the black baldie, how to breed them, how to manage them, and he will go through that with you. And then Tyler's going to address a little bit about what we've observed from some of our customers. We've asked, and we pay our customers, to give us data back so that we can understand if we're on the right track. I mean, you can look at EPDs, but ultimately we need to make sure that everybody that uses our bulls is making a profit. So we've got some of that data. We won't take long doing that, but he'll address that a little bit. And then to clean up will be Shane Bedwell, the Breed Improvement Director and for the Hereford Association. He's going to kind of address some of the questions that arose from the genomic standpoint, from the EPD, maybe some of the indexes, and honestly, I guess I really don't know what all he wants to talk about, but those are some of the things we ask. And at any time, if any of you guys have a question, I'm sure these two guys are astute enough to be able to stop what they're doing and answer your questions. So.